My, on Monday, we had PSL Awards, and people were having different opinion on who exactly was supposed to win these awards. And I know that the biggest winner of the night was Relebohile Mofokeng winning the Young Player of the Season, Player of the Season, and the Footballer of the Season. And he left Orlando Pirates to join the club in Belgium. But now, that's not actually the debates that has been happening on social media, because the debates that has been happening on social media is about Oswin Apolis Awards of the midfielder of the season. And I think you have to look at this from the argument people that are arguing this term of like, why is he getting a midfielder of the season if he's a winger? I mean, you'll always think that a winger is always going to be a forward, not a midfielder. But let me tell you something. Before I want to go back to actually people who played the same position as Oswin Apolis, or maybe labeled as the same profile players like Oswin Apolis is labeled, they also won this award. And I'm not sure if it's a social media era wasn't at this point. That's why we didn't have those debates. Or maybe now people are like, no way, why are they winning all the awards? And I get it. Maybe I was gonna be also complaining if I wasn't on the winning side, because I mean, those were lots of awards for them just for winning a triple. What do you mean a triple? I mean, we won a triple, so I mean, it was guaranteed we were gonna win most of the awards. But yeah, let's go back to the Apolis deal. The Apolis deal is he's a midfielder of the season and people are not happy about it. They saying Mokoena or somebody else was supposed to win this, not Apolis, because he's a winger. And I get the fact that people are arguing from that. But now, people forget one thing. Football is played in formations. Formation describe the role of the player, how the player is going to play. So if you are playing a 4-3-3, obviously your wingers are going to be forwards, because they will be up there tagging the line and also operating in that space between the line and the byline to deliver those crosses into the striker. So they are forwards. You can't actually call them wingers. But if you are playing a 4-4-2, your wingers are part of the midfielder, because they're going to play as a wide midfielder, not really a winger. So you're going to label them as a midfielder as well. So if they win a midfielder of the season playing that position, they can actually qualify to actually win that award with no talks that can happen after that. But then people are like, what? Not Pirates was playing 4-4-2. Pirates was playing 4-5-1. Yes, even in 4-5-1, your wingers are part of the midfielder. But then, I'm not going to even argue that, because people will say, yeah, but Apolis was always a winger. Let me tell you something. If you didn't look at the sheets of the team that people were going to play in the wing and the midfield or in the center, you will think Apolis is a winger. Apolis has never been a winger at Orlando Pirates. I know he's been put to play in the winger, but that guy never played in a wing position for Orlando Pirates. He always plays as a second number 10. He always play in that position. Even if Rile was playing in the 10, you will see that guy operating in that space, because if he was put on the left, he always cuts inside, try to play like a hybrid 10 and a winger, which he even do more of a number 10 role than a winger role if you've seen him play it on the part, especially last season. If he goes on the right, he has some nice crosses that he actually delivered in the box for a couple of runs in the Pirate, but he also liked to cut inside, move with the ball, and able to try to find those short passes behind the defense. So that guy is a double 10. That's how we play at Orlando Pirates. So, I mean, if you're looking at that, you're going to agree with me that he actually qualified to be a midfielder of the season. And we're not going to argue in terms of the stats and everything, because we know the quality of some of the people that play well. That is not even going to show in the stat sheets. But, I mean, he qualifies based on that. Pirates wasn't playing a 4-3-3, so he was a midfielder all along, and you categorize him as an attacking midfielder. And I know on paper, when you look at that sheet, they say this guy is a winger. He's not a winger. He's more of a double 10, the way they play it here. And I think maybe you'll remember, if you watch Premier League football, Stones was playing as a deep 6 every time they have the ball, even though he was a centre back. That's what he actually relieved the role from the role to actually go more forward and get those balls that are coming out of the box and just finish them. So I think the way team plays define actually where the players are playing and how you can categorize them as like defense, midfield, and attack. But if you were just looking at a paper, you will think this man doesn't deserve the award. And I'm just here to say, Beside being an Orlando Pirate fan, I'm just here to tell you that sometimes you need to look into those things of like formation and how players are playing. And I think there are some concern, especially in the PSL league, that some people, they don't watch all the games to actually see if these players deserve these awards or just the name. And I know there are some people that will always be like, why the awards always go to the bigger teams? And it makes sense because I don't think people are watching all the games of Chippa versus Marumo Gallants. That's the game that is part of the PSL that you also supposed to watch and see if there are no good players there that deserve a shout out, even if it's not going to be the award shout out, but deserving a shout out to be like, okay guys, there's this guy that is playing in the team and is playing very well. So in the Apollo still, I think he deserves it, and he was a midfielder last season, so there is nothing to discuss. And I know Sundowns fans are not really happy about this, but there is nothing they can discuss here because he deserves it. He was a midfielder last season. And another one they complained about was Siema, which I don't really understand, because when Chain was keep on adding those clean sheets into his stats, they were the one that were saying, no, Chain is not a good goalkeeper. He's saved by the defense. And then they were coming back and say, but actually CBC and Siema are not that good. And I was like, wait, what is happening here? Are you telling me Chain is the good goalkeeper because he's keeping this clean sheet, or he's not a goalkeeper because these guys that are in front of him are good? But let me tell you something. The debate was like, how can Siema win the defender of the season over Mutau? I'm not going to go to the disciplinary strike thing, and I'm going to go to the quality of the players. One-on-one, it's really hard to beat them, even though they are beatable if you actually know how to do it as a striker, but it's going to be hard to beat those two players. But you know what the issue, and one of the things that actually Siema get an advantage on, Siema is an attacking line of the Orlando Pirates. He's the guy that spread those balls to the wing for the guys to actually come in and deliver across. He's the guy that sees the run that's coming from deep to run behind the defense with those passes. He's a distributor for the team. So can I say the same thing about Mdao? I'm not going to say the same thing. He's a good player, but every time he jumps the center line, don't expect anything of good quality that is going to give you. He's just gonna put a vase, come back, pass the ball. Even if there was a break, he's not gonna give you that. And that doesn't mean he's actually a bad player. It's mean in his position, being a right back, traditional right back, you can't really fault the man. He's doing an incredible job. But if you want him to be a modern fullback, you're going to have a problem because he's not going to give you what you think he's going to give you. So I think it's one of those things where people, they need to sometimes watch the games. And then we come back to the obvious thing. The man started the season on strike. He didn't play some of the games. He came back. He proved to us that he's still Mutau, that we know that is good of quality. But he wasn't there when Siema was already there with Mbogazi. And then Mbogazi left. He was with CBC as well, and he's been there, the heart of that defense. And I think it's going to be hard for the new guys that joined the team to actually remove Siema from that back line. So I think it's very good. So I think I wanted to talk about that Apolis one and just mention the Siema award as well. Other than that, I think people are happy about all the awards, well deserving. So just clarifying a few things there and there. Other than that, up the Bucks once and always. And the league is starting in 2 days. We are starting with Milford and we are ready. Orlando, Amstel Arena. I'll see you on the next one.